And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg joining me courtside with our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Jonas Valanciunas.
I'm really not too surprised to see the rebounding numbers trail off a bit. He's a veteran player getting up there in years, and what comes with that is some changes to physicality and intentional adjustments to playing style. Even though his rebounding output has declined, that veteran presence and basketball IQ continue to grow.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Running on the wings, they'll go with Brown and Hardaway Jr. Jokic is out there with Cameron Johnson, and it's Murray in at the 1. And for the Nets, they've got Martin. Red is out there with Porter. Then there's Demon, and it's Sharp in at the 5, patrolling the paint. We are really in the thick of the regular season now, Greg. You like what you've seen so far?
Absolutely. You can tell that everyone came to play this year. The game just keeps getting more advanced, and the skill level continues to rise.
First free throw is good. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, the Nets trading this summer for Michael Porter Jr. And after playing a complimentary role in Denver with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, he now becomes a focal point. He said he's not really a big city guy with all the traffic, but listen, he can expect plenty of crowding every time he touches the ball.
He can heat up in a hurry, that's for sure. Hey, Shams, thank you very much. Johnson outside. Outside Hardaway. Jokic sets the screen for Hardaway. That 3 off the mark. And here are the Nets. The question on everybody's mind is, will they surpass the 71-72 Lakers, 33 wins in a row? We will see tonight.
I don't even know how you describe the winning streak this team is on. It's a combination of the talent this crew has, but the confidence and self-belief and togetherness, cohesiveness that these guys have. It's a special thing to behold.
Porter passes to Martin, and he makes good on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Jokic. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Right, we see a lot of change in the NBA, but Nikola Jokic always seems to stay in the MVP conversation.
And not just in it, at the top of it. His ability to affect the game is basically unmatched. He dominates in just about every single aspect.
And that one's good by Porter.
You know, I think this is a shot Porter Jr. has to continue to knock down, because after all, he's out there to stretch the floor, so he's got to cash in from there.
Hardaway with a wide-open look. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
They've missed just 1 of 5 shots so far. I like the look of this offense.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like it, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some real industrial-sized strength right there.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Jordy Fernandez and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Coach joked that if he focused on a single aspect of stopping Nikola Jokic, he would probably just beat them a different way. Instead, he showed the team 5 video clips, each with a specific failure of guarding Jokic. He's asked his players to prevent those mistakes from happening. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. All-Star game almost near. Let's see how the East is shaking out. Taking a look at Brooklyn, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific.
And right now for the Nets, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
Hardaway passes to Jokic, and the shot goes down. Jokic has got 8 points.
Really hard to move Jokic off the blocks. He's tough down there.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And that one's good by Porter.
And how about the start they've gotten off to? They haven't missed once.
Hardaway from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
First one falls for him. And this summer, Carmelo Anthony inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. The former 3rd overall pick by Denver back in 2003.
And he played 7.5 seasons with the Nuggets, his longest stretch with any team, representing them 4 times in the All-Star game.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now, here's Johnson. He has 5. Jokic with the bucket.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
He was all alone on that one. Hardaway has got his 2nd basket of the game.
This is Hardaway Jr.'s bread and butter. Really.
Save that one. Boys, I'm going to want to see that a few times.
Oh, me too, right? Jaws on the ground all over this building.
I wonder how long he's worked on that. First, you got to think it up. Then, you got to bring it to reality.
Johnson sets the screen for Hardaway. No good on the 3.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Red hot, no good. The Nuggets trail by 4. First quarter. Brown with it, and it's Martin's picking him up, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Brown can finish above the rim with no problem. Yes, indeed, he can bounce.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Let's take a look at the numbers for Jokic.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games. And he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. And again, it's the Nets missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
From outside the arc, sinks the 3-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
We've got 1:28 left here in the first quarter. Here's Eddie N. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Denver in the lead. Mark, there's no question Peyton Watson is a player on the rise.
Yeah, and I think his ceiling is pretty high. I mean, he's a high-effort guy, seems to be a high-character guy because he's always ready whenever his number is called, and he produces in short stints of playing time. And the versatility he brings defensively, major value added.
Brooklyn with the ball and going against Denver.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Now, here's Brown. scoreless thus far. Fires the three. Clowney pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Denver's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. Pass to Pickett. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Going inside, Watson. And Watson slams it in.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Here's Pickett, the tray. Traps in the tray. Pickett's got 6.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back right after this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, trailing by 2 on the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Bruce Brown is out there with Murray. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Peyton Watson. And it's Strother in at the 3 spot. Here's Murray following the bucket by the Nets. Shoots over man. Rebound Brooklyn. To the inside. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Brown deciding where to go with it. Murray outside. At the elbow, it's Valanciunas. 5 to shoot. Murray, good. Murray's got his first bucket in this one.
He's got a well-rounded game. Murray can score from just about anywhere. And the more points he gets inside, the more space he gets outside.
Williams, that's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. And Craig, the way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch you.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thank you. Those who've worked with Nets coach Jordi Fernandez rave about his people skills. He said, quote, "Am I very good at it? I don't know, but I try because I think it's important. When you have that relationship, especially in the tough moments, is when you can break through and be successful. Without it, it's tough, so you try to build it." Back to you.
Thank you, Allen. So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. The Nets making a switch here. Traore's checked in.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
It's hauled in by Brown.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down. Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Nets trail by 3. Pass to Red Hot. Puts it up from 7. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Nuggets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Brown finds Murray. High post try. Brooklyn with the rebound.
He just missed it. He's typically solid from mid-range.
Man in the corner. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Pound down low. Still scoreless. The 3. And with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Wasted no time on that one.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Red Hot. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
He's a big reason why they're on top. I imagine they'll keep feeding him. I would.
The Nuggets trail. On the wing, Murray. He had 15 points last outing.
You know, when Murray finishes like this, guys, it shows you how aggressive his mindset is in attacking the defense.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Both teams deciding to change it up. Already a lot of talk about who's going to take part in the three-point contest this season, and here's a look at the players most likely to make it.
And so many great shooters in the NBA these days, and these guys, quite frankly, the best of the best. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a scoring record broken in this year's competition.
Take a look at Red Hot. He's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, and I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
Hardaway, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
To stop the run. A rebound by the Nets.
After knocking down 2 threes in the first quarter, he's been a non-factor from deep.
And that one's good by Porter.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here, defending the triple.
Impressive seeing Jokic go off like this. I mean, you can tell his teammates are being energized by what he's doing.
And never brag an all-star, but he is a star. Jamal Murray can flat out play.
And he's had his hurdles to overcome with injury over the years, but he's never one to shrink from a challenge, and he remains a prolific shot creator.
And so here's Denver. After the basket by Brooklyn. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Hardaway.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there.
Down it goes!
Take that rack down!
What a slam!
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
Outside, Martin. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. 7-point differential. Hardaway from outside. That's not going to go. He's 4 for 10.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Jokic a screen. Johnson surveying the floor. Murray down low. Makes it off the glass. Murray's got 8 points.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back
string. Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
6 seconds left in the first half of the game. Martin for three, and the Nets another three.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
And so it's Brooklyn, holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And with All-Star Weekend approaching quickly, here's an update on how the dunk contest contenders are shaping up.
This is a good list, but I want to see a 35-year-old category. Let the vets have some fun, too. Come on, man.
Well, you need to lower the rim to 8 feet if you want that.
And get a medic on standby, too. Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Brooklyn Nets.
The way they have owned the paint, not only will they win the game, they might not even sweat in the fourth quarter.
Good news is we have great AC here in the studio, so we never have to sweat.
It's so cool in here.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Red Hot has really been making it happen, guys.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
Nets leading by 11. We've got Sharp. Martin is out there with Demon. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Red Hot in at the 4 slot. So that's the Nets 5. Murray for 3. The rebound by Sharp.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Murray, the pass to Hardaway. Count it, number 5 from the 4 this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Hardaway Jr. guys doing a nice job there, just taking what the defense gives and then the screen and roll. Good decision making.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Here's Jokic. Porter pulls it in.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it's Martin missing. The Nuggets trail by 14. Deep 2 from Murray. Off target from the wing.
Another miss. Not how he wanted to start the second half.
Here's Red Hot. From down in the low post, it goes. Red Hot's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, his scoring has helped them build and sustain this lead. Now he's trying to close it out.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Get out of your seat. Come on, start making some noise for your Brooklyn Nets team.
moment here to check out the numbers for Red Hot. This last month, he's been positively spectacular, and he's a devastating finisher on the inside. The best field goal percentage in the league.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Now, Jokic, he's got 12. There's Jokic being aggressive inside.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, Kevin. Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 prospect in his high school class, and he said, growing up, basketball was easy for me. It was like, say, going up an elevator. But after my injuries, it's like climbing the stairs. It's like I'm walking in my purpose through this. More than if everything had just been smooth. Back over to you.
Thank you, Allie.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Driving the lane.
Brown's got a really good quick first step and excels at getting to the rack.
Nets leading by 17. And for Christian Brown, 3 high school state titles. Then a national championship in college. And now Clark, an NBA champion in Denver.
Yeah, you can count the guys that have done that in the history of the NBA on maybe 2 hands. It might only be 1. You'd have to categorize him as a winner if nothing else. I mean, and his game is all about quality. I mean, he does everything. He moves well without it. He can shoot it. He can drive it. He defends well. I mean, he's just a throwback all-around good guard.
And it's Jokic missing. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. And it's in there. Martin's got 9.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Clark, taking a minute to talk Jamal Murray here, a talented guard who's had to battle a variety of injuries.
Yeah, when he's been healthy, he's been dynamic and almost unstoppable as a scorer. And, you know, sometimes the injuries show up, and that's part of the landscape of being a pro athlete at times. I know it's been frustrating for him, but he continues to persist and persevere, which is a credit to him. But when he's healthy, boy, he's a special and clutch shot maker.
First free throw is good.
And, you know, you look at the evolution of Murray, and it's exciting to watch, quite honestly. He's a combo guard. He's got great range and scoring ability, but I like the way he's developing as a playmaker, too.
Nets leading by 20. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And that one's good by Porter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now here's Murray. He's got 12. Just 5 to shoot. The rebound by Demon.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. Here's Johnson and the slam dunk by Johnson.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's Red Hot, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Red Hot's got 39.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
So David Adelman's decided to call a timeout here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. 4th, the Nuggets.
really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
Nets on defense. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. In transition, here come the Nets. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Sharp against Jokic. 6 to shoot. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
When Jokic is rolling like this, it's a beautiful thing to watch, and there's not a lot the defense can do. The Joker as a matchup is a nightmare.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And so, Jordi Fernandez decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Both teams changing it up here. About halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. You look at the Nuggets. This hasn't been the kind of year they envisioned. Time running out.
And I think for Denver, they have been one of the major surprises in the NBA this season. Unfortunately, for the wrong reason.
And, you know, any fixes they've tried during the season have only compounded their problems.
The Nuggets have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by Red Hot. Red Hot's got 7 rebounds in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Denver making a switch here. Tyson's checked in. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Red Hot, who dents the rim with a 2-hand slam. Wow.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A-game on that side of the ball.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
Here's Highsmith. Sinks the triple. Highsmith's got 6 here in this quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Pass to Valanciunas. 1 second left. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. It's the Nets delivering the blowout. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. We've got Murray. Aiden Watson is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Brown. And it's Strother in at the 3 slot.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
And Watson has it in the corner. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game. Nets shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Man, lays it up off the glass.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes, they last days.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. Lets it go from deep. Highsmith grabs the miss. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Down low, the kick out to Williams. A three-pointer's right on target.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Murray from deep three-point territory. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Man can't hit. Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Brown with the bucket.
Brown is a physical player, so he's not going to be bothered by contact or having to play through contact.
Pass to Williams. Over Brown. Williams gets the bucket.
That is what we talk about. Make the next pass. Fantastic feed.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Brown's shot is good.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
For 3, Murray, and another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Boy, the defense has to respect Murray's range. I mean, there's a reason he's a volume three-point shooter.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, getting everything he possibly could out of that play.
Clark, one suggestion I've heard for All-Star Weekend, a one-on-one competition.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Anything that would perhaps enhance the competitiveness of All-Star Weekend, I think, would be helpful.
Watson for 3, rebounded by the Nets. Wilson kicks to Williams. Over Brown. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Watson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Hardaway passes to Jokic. Wolf grabs the miss.
No such thing as an easy bucket most of the time in the NBA, but I'm surprised he missed that.
And the 3 ball is good.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it. I think adrenaline was a factor there. He wanted to hit that answer 3 so badly.
Highsmith's shot is good.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Denver's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Brown shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Clark, is someone who has been around the game their entire life, what advice would you give to younger players?
A couple of things, Kevin, I would highlight. One is embrace the work, embrace the process of development, run your own race in that regard, stay away from the snare of compare, and dedicate yourself to being a continual learner and always striving to get better.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Hardaway kicks to Johnson. Brown with it. Pass to Jokic. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
To the middle. Here's Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Look, when you play as a team, good things tend to happen for you.
Nets have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. The shot by Powell, no good. Denver shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around 58% from the field. Yep, that one goes.
Brown's a solid shooter, but a lot of his points come inside the painted area.
Powell feeling it out a bit. No good again that time.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Pass to Hardaway. Taken away by Williams. There's the drive, and it's Williams finishing it off.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Bangs home the trifecta. Murray's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Nuggets. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Brooklyn.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in the two-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Red Hot.
Boy, I loved his approach. Businesslike, methodical, highly productive. When they needed points, he was the one that got them.
Brown, the pass to Johnson. Driving in, and it's Johnson with the jam.
And that's how you move the ball, putting the defense in a really tough spot.
And so Powell will bring it up for the Nets. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. The shot off that time. And here are the Nuggets now. To the paint and pushing it up. Here's Denver. 2 points. That one goes.
Brown does a lot of stuff well, but I think he's at his best in the open floor.
Top of the key. Rebound by the Nuggets. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan. And as always, we appreciate you joining us right here tonight on 2K. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Red Hot.